The community where Nnamdi Kanu is from, Isiama, Afaruku, Ibeku, in Umuahia North local government area of Abia State, is presently in turmoil as some group of people trooped out in mass protest, in a peaceful protest, which took place in the government house, Umuahia. According to the reports, the aim of the protest was to send a clear message to the state and to the federal government of Nigeria that the community and the entire residents, people of the community, Afaruku, are not members of the indigenous people of Biafra, known as IPOB, whose leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is from that community. The protests ensued after several reports of constant harassment by the Department of State Security, DSS, and the Nigerian police on their alleged involvement in the activities of IPOB. Some of the protesters could be seen with placards with the inscription, Isiama Afaruku is a peaceful community and not IPOB. While other inscriptions out there reads, we say no to DSS intimidation in Afaruku. Some other inscription read, DSS leave Isiama Afaruku alone. We are peaceful. I do not know where this is coming from, but from all indications, I believe that the engine that is working, the mechanism behind all of this, is simply the Fulani regime, this dictatorship regime. How could you do this? How could you intimidate a village, a town where Nnamdi Kanu is from, if you do not agree with him? Speaking on behalf of the community, the President General highlighted the above problems they have been encountering from security officials in the state. The DPO addressed the large crowd. He urged them to continue their protest peacefully. Now, speaking on behalf of the Executive Governor, Okezie Ikpeazu, is presently incommunicado. He is sick and is said to be having issues as regards coronavirus, the COVID-19 infection. He has other underlying health issues, such as diabetes, and also he has kidney failure. On behalf of the Executive Governor and Deputy Ude Okochukwu, who were not present at the time of the protest, the Secretary to the State Government, SSG, Barrister Chris Ezem, welcomed them. He further told them that their message was well received and promised that the state government will look into the issue, into the matter, and will do all it can to put a stop to the plight that they are first facing. He also urged them to continue being a law-abiding citizen of Nigeria. I don't know what your say is about this. There are a lot of reactions to this, and there is no level to the comments that, will definitely come out of this. Do you think that the people of Afaruku, where Nnamdi Kanu comes from, probably his kinsmen, relatives, and of course, people living in that town, either as indigenous to that town or people that came in from Biafra, from other parts of Igbo land to live in there, do you think they are showing signs of being cowards, or you think they are doing the right thing to protest and cut themselves off? I mean, issue a disclaimer with their protest that they do not belong to the indigenous people of Biafra. Maybe they buy the idea, but they are afraid for their safety. Maybe they buy the idea, but they think, at least for peace to reign, they should do this till Biafra comes. It could be anything. You see, you need to wear the shoe to know where it actually is, the discomfort of it. You need to be in that shoe. Just talking and not knowing what people are going through, you might just be speaking without without proper understanding of what is happening there. There might be so much harassment. A lot of people might have been killed, shot, and all of this. You know what happened. And many of them do not want to die. Nobody wants to die. So I think some of them came out as a result of fear. Some of them might be out there as a result of being cowards. Let's just put that in there. Some might be out there because they are being sponsored. Someone is sponsoring them to come out. But I wouldn't blame them anyway. That's just the thing. I mean, the ones that are afraid, I wouldn't blame them. It is not an easy thing. It's not an easy task to put your life on the line. Particularly if many of them had seen the Civil War and all that happened. Civil War is not a joke. The war wasn't a joke. It's a war where you don't get food, no water. There is no cover. There's nothing. You are just like someone out there. Whatever the condition, rain, you are there. Sunshine, you are there. Harmattan season, you are there. And it's not a joke. It's not a joke. And for them to be harassed, it's a terrible thing. This administration, this regime of Major General Muhammadu Buhari, it's a very terrible one. Now, there are comments, like I said. Of course, people will want to give their opinions here and there. Some say the people of Afaruku do not deserve condemnation. They are protesting against harassment by security agents. They are not members of IPOB, but do not deny the existence of IPOB. IPOB is a group, not a community. That's it. We should be able to differentiate these things. IPOB is a group and not a community. The community is on itself. Yes, IPOB is fighting towards the emancipation of that community, emancipation of Biafra at large. But then, with the constant harassment, no, they should be given opportunity to live their lives as humans. If there is something against IPOB, we shouldn't be at all. Of course, they've been proscribed. They should do the needful and do it legally, even though IPOB has not committed any crime. It's just a question of a statement of we don't want to be here any longer with you as a country called Nigeria. Now, someone said no amount of intimidation, criticism, or sabotage can prevent the coming of the Republic of Biafra. Why? Because it's a spirit that can never die. So it must be restored like it or not. Ate it or not. Be prepared to hang yourself because Biafra is already here. Well, someone here says that, but why is the SS going after such peaceful community while keeping deaf ear to the main terrorists all over the country? That's it. You see, the DSS, the police, and the rest of their goons are sent down to people without weapons. But look at what is happening in the north. You would think that Nigeria is fighting a war, a kind of war against a country. We are talking about some groups of people that selected themselves in the north to become a terrorist. Until date, they've not been able to even crush Boko Haram. It took Chadian soldiers and their president to deal a heavy blow on the terrorists. It took them to able to do this. But the war has been there. Goodluck Jonathan faced it. It was there all through. They kept on and on till date. They've been fighting this war now. It's more than 7 years, more than 8 years, more than 9, more than 10 years, more than 12 years. And you think you are fighting a war against a country. Even the civil war between the Nigerian government and Biafra did not last that long. And we are talking about war. But with this, look at what is happening there. Yet, what they can do and what they think is right is to go meet people, old people, of course, older people in the village, people that are vulnerable, and all of this, coupled with this coronavirus and everything, they go in there with people that are hungry, go in there and try to oppress them, try to harass them. This is serious, terrible. So their predicament is understandable. They've been terrorized by the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and it's the same terrorism that took Nnamdi out of Nigeria. So for them to come out to say we are not IPOB, we are a community of peaceful people. Well, it's a disclaimer. The same is the reason why Nnamdi had to leave Nigeria, so that he can strategize. Because it takes you must be alive for you to be able to perform. If you are dead, you are stupid. That's just what it is. So it's better for you to be out and make sure that you still achieve the purpose of what you are pushing towards. So I don't know what your take is about this protest and about all that you're seeing being played out by this regime against peaceful people. The DSS, the police, will not go after Fulani H0METOWN or foot soldiers. Rather, they will go to Afaruku to disturb the community. They will not go to southern Kaduna. They will not go to Katsina State. They will not go to Borno State. They are not going there where you will find terrorism. Rather, they are going there to disturb people that are peaceful. Drop your comment in the section below. What do you think is a solution to deal with this? And what advice do you have for the people in the community there in Nnamdi Kanu's town, Afaruku?